Is Darren Bartlett, and I love discussing African affairs on the African continent. Now, I talked in my previous videos that Africa is going through a democratic process, meaning that so many countries are going to the polls to vote for the next leadership in their countries. It could be the next president or change in parliament. I mean, we saw this in Togo where they were just voting for new members of parliament. But now we see presidential elections all over the place. Cameroon is one of those that is going to hold an election. Tanzania is another one that is going to be holding an election very soon, actually in October. Rwanda had an election early the year. Central African Republic is going to be holding an election. Ivory Coast is going to be holding an election. But here in Uganda, an election is going to be held next year. But what has happened? We now know all the 8 candidates who are competing for the same office. And these, some of them are very familiar in your eyes. You've seen them on international media, or you've known them for a very long time. Number one there, we have President Yoweri Museveni, who is the incumbent. I mean, he's been in power since 1986. And how many elections has he been through? He has been through the 1996 elections, he's been through 2001 elections, he's been through 2006 elections, he's been through 2011 elections, he's been through 2016 elections, and 2021 elections. And here we are. He's doing this for the 7th time for 2026. I mean, he's been here a long time, and he's on the ballot paper just like everyone expected after his party decided he is going to lead the party for the next 5 years. Frank Bulira Kabinga is another candidate, was the last guy to be nominated yesterday. He'll be leading, or maybe it will be on the ballot paper, and we wish him the best. I don't think that he will garner too much, but yes, he's on the ballot paper there. Robert Chagulanyi, who's known as Bobby Wine, pop star, been a musician. He is a musician, he performs outside the country. He's also on the ballot paper. He came second in the previous presidential elections, and this time he's trying to give it another shot, and we'll see how that goes. Nandala Mafan, who comes from FDC, one of the parties that has been around since the 2000s. It had Kizza Besigye run against Museveni about 5 times, and here they are. They have brought another candidate. In fact, this is the 3rd candidate who has come from FDC. They had Kizza Besigye, they had Patrick Omriat Obot. Now they have Nandala Mafabi, who has been a member of parliament. Even when some political analysts think that he should have stayed in parliament because I think he contributes quite a significant job or efforts in parliament. But on the presidential race, where polls don't even give him a huge chance in the race, well, we don't know. You never know. Things could change. But yes, he is in the race. We also have Mubaraka Munyagwa, who shocked so many of the people when he first of all launched his own party, and then eventually he's on the ballot paper. He wants to run for president. Does he have a shot? Well, we will tell. You never know. Like again, things happen. My job is not to predict what happens, but if you ask me, I think that he cannot make it to the top 3. That's just my thought. We also have Elton John Mabirizi, who was in the presidential race of 2016, skipped 2020, and now he's back on the ballot paper. How is he going to perform? Well, we don't know. You all remember his famous remarks in the debate that happened in 2016. It had at that time President Yoweri Museveni, it had John Patrick Amama Mbabazi, Elton John Mabirizi himself is there, Kizza Besigye was also in that race there. And he had very interesting remarks. He said he came late for the presidential debate because the president always comes late anyway. So he also decided to come late. And then also Kasivante Robert, who doesn't have a very good record though, but anyway, he has never been prosecuted for it. But anyway, these were just allegations out there, and he was never convicted. So we'll let that pass. For now, he is the presidential candidate on the ballot paper. And also General Mugisha Muntu, who was once a CDF in Uganda, is also on the ballot paper. Now, here's what's going to happen. I've just given you that brief. What is going to happen is that every single day I'm going to tell you what these people are up to, what their manifestos are, because it's time for them to go and speak to the people and address them their manifestos and what they want to do for Uganda. Some of them, we've had these things before. Some of them are going to be cutting across. They may not be very unique ideas. And we must understand that Ugandans have a habit of voting the person, not what the person is going to do. I keep saying that. It's an excitement of who but not what these people are going to do and the realistic things that can be, or tangible things that can be done as a president. And so let's see what happens as Ugandans gear up to listen to these candidates, 8 of them. My name is Darren, and I'll see you in the next one.